Hey everybody, welcome to Hope Something Sticks. I'm Burt.
I'm Matt.
And I'm Daniel.
Hey, there we go.
Yep. So Daniel's coming on again, so you maybe be a little bit more of a permanent member of the podcast.
Whoa,
maybe.
hey, whoa, let's not get too crazy here.
It said maybe.
Maybe.
See how he
It's
does.
a pretty heavy maybe. It's a pretty heavy word.
Oh, God.
It's a lot
Is this
of,
an
lot of
interview?
implication.
I'm sweating.
It's life. It's all an interview.
Mm-hmm. So today we don't have any specific topics, so you could, just skip this episode. But
Way to get him
one
to
thing
stick
I thought could start on. Hey Matt, did you start reading Hitchhiker's Guide yet?
No, I couldn't get the audio book to
Oh.
work. It wasn't working.
I thought you were going to the library for it.
Well, we ended up getting like a foot of snow, so I said, fuck it. That's it.
Still use the library?
Pretty lame ass excuse.
I know, yeah, it was...
Holy
I mean,
crap.
the library's pretty far away.
Do you go there on horseback?
Well, if it...
Go to the
if-
library,
if-
you pleb.
I know, right? Is it pleb or plebe?
What are we, in the 90s here?
I think you could say
Come on.
Don't you do research?
I.
The only thing people do in the libraries now is
Say
like
Say
masturbate.
pleb.
Researcher over here calling me a
I think
fucking
you could
nerd.
say it either way.
No, I don't really go to the
Anyway,
library to research.
The damn thing's a mile away, and if there's a foot of snow on the ground, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
Alright.
I own the book, actually. I just haven't read it.
Now that is peak laziness.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it is.
Can't even pick up the item that you own.
I got like a bunch of other books I want to read, so like it's on the list of books to read.
And I'm sure as hell not reading those either, so.
Yeah, there you go. See, too much YouTube.
If I'm not going to read the books I want to read.
Still
Too much
somehow better
YouTube,
than
dude.
Matt.
Yeah. I'm reading The Name of the Wind right now. Sharon's recommendation.
What's that about?
Right.
It's alright so far. I don't know.
Don't say wind. What's it about?
I don't think you're supposed to know what it's about.
Oh, really? Yeah, it's...
It takes place in. I mean, it's like one of those medieval fantasy kind of books in an alternate Earth. So far, it just follows this barkeep who seems to know more than he's letting on. And some dude brings in this kind of demon spider thing. It's dead. That killed his horse, almost killed him. And that's about it. Right now, he's all happy because he was able to. He just got a mount, a sword mount from a woodworker, and a whole caravan of people came to his inn, and he seems to be happy about that, having a bunch of people. And that's what's going on right now.
And it's called Name of the Wind.
The Name of the Wind, yes.
It kind of sounds like a Witcher situation. Sound about right?
Maybe.
I hear it.
This guy named Coat seems to know a lot, and is keeping his identity secret.
Are the Witcher
But
books
he's
any
the
There's
good?
like this one drunk dude's like, "Hey, I know you. You're that dude who murdered all those people," or that one guy, or
That's a
whatever.
good thing to yell.
It's like, "No, I'm not." It's like, "No, I'm not that guy." And then he tells his apprentice, "Hey, see that guy? Drug that guy, so he doesn't know." So he falls asleep.
All right.
Hey, have you guys read the Witcher books?
Nah.
I started reading the first one. Sharon finished the first one. She might have finished the second one. She's farther along than I am.
I hear the story is good, but the book is like shit.
Well, there's no like, so the first two, there's no really overarching story. It's just a bunch of short stories.
Well, I just
And then, like,
hear the
by
structure.
the third one, like it's an actual novel.
Well, I hear the structure is bad. Like, it always starts out with you at the end of the character's thing, and they say, I'm going to tell you how I got here. And then they do that, and then the next book is like, you're at the end of the person doing the thing that they did, and they say, I want to tell you how I got here again. It's like, why don't they just start from the beginning and then get to the end? You know?
I don't know. The first few short stories I read weren't like that, but
Alright.
it's like, I mean, he stumbles upon whatever's going on. Stuff is happening to whoever he stumbles upon, and then he invariably helps them with whatever fucking problem they have.
Okay.
So I don't know. It's fine so far.
Okay.
But yeah, so I made a deal with Sharon. If I read her favorite book series, then she would play Mass Effect.
Nice.
So
she's
a good way through it. She found Liara. She's been to Pharaohs, the giant plant monster, and now she's on Novaria, that snow planet. And she's like, it was like 2 nights ago. She like rage quit when she like she was in the Mako and fell off a cliff.
Yeah.
But she like didn't save. So it's like, so it went back like, I don't know, probably like over half an hour.
That's brutal.
God. Gotta scan
I
all
played
these planets again.
Yeah, I played Mass Effect for a little bit.
The first one, so yeah. There's no like planet scanning minigame in the first one. You just have to like check every fucking planet to see if there's anything like, to do there.
Ugh.
It's a lot of talking too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's like the good part.
That is the good. That is the good. That is the best part of that game.
Have you played Mass Effect, Matt?
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay, yeah, I tried to play it.
Yeah, you played all 3.
Yeah, I tried it, and then what happened was, like, I played it, and then I stopped for a long time. And then I got back to it, and I had no idea what was happening. I was like, who are these people? What am I looking at? I barely knew the controls. And I was like,
right.
Screw it, I'm going to go play Borderlands. And I just did that, and that was it.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So I actually, so the TV we have now doesn't have component
plugins, inputs,
slots, plugins, which is what the Xbox 360 uses. So I had to like buy a converter, but she was like playing it without it, so it's just like on, just using like the AV cables, and it looks like total shit.
That's brutal.
With just AV cables. so I got the converter to HDMI, and yeah, it looks way better. So, but I tested it out first, so I just like loaded my game, which is just like the last battle, and like it just playing. It's like you have to like hit the power wheel button and pause the game like constantly.
Oh, why is that?
Well, because like you in the first game you can only map like one of your powers to the buttons. Everything else you have to just like go to the power wheel and then use that whatever power you're using. Like you have to do that to res your squad mates. You have to do that to like basically every you have like 8 different powers in by the end of the game.
Okay.
But you can only map like one of them.
I see. Instead of fight this guy, you need like several different powers, and it like you have to pause a lot to do it.
Yeah, like it's basically cause like you hold down a button and then like the power wheel comes up and the game stops, but you can like move around so you can like aim at the person you want to hit the power with, and but by the time you hit it and then the guy like jumps out of the way by the time you use it, so it's worthless anyway.
So what would you say is more addicting, Mass Effect or Skyrim?
Skyrim.
I would say Skyrim's more addicting.
Why is it just because there's so much more content in it?
Much better story.
Oh my god, Skyrim is not a game.
I mean,
it's not a game.
Yeah, I mean, you just get lost in Skyrim.
You just keep walking around, and it's that much easier than life. So you're just like, all right, fuck it. Let me just do one more thing. But each thing is an hour. Guaranteed, it takes an hour for every. I just want to go get this. I don't know, kill a bear or something. Or I just want to go run around in the woods as a werewolf. Like, I just want to knock out this one task.
Yeah, that's funny.
I want to get this scepter for this demon lord.
I would start, and then like 8 or 9 or 10 hours later, Avi would come in the room and be like, you haven't moved.
Yeah.
all the lights are off. It's fucking evidence.
Just like lying down on the futon.
Yeah, no, I remember that.
Food. Oh man.
Well, I remember because I remember one time I came to visit you. It was like, I don't know. I came to your apartment and you were playing Skyrim, and we hung out for the weekend, and then I left, and then I came back 6 months later and you were sitting on the couch playing Skyrim. I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh yeah.
Still doing this?
This is a dark fucking period.
Yeah, just piss in the bucket.
Not bad. Jesus. God. It's awful. But it was bad.
I think I went through kind of a similar thing with Breath of the Wild. Like that game, it takes a while for me to do anything in that game. Like you just end up wandering around, and as soon as you're done with something, you see something like flash in the distance. You're like, ooh, what's that? And it takes forever to get to it, and then you get to it, and then you're like, okay, I did that thing, and then it's constant distractions.
Yeah.
I guess, but it was really hardcore with Matt. He might as well have been playing Heroin Hero.
Dude, on occasion, I would get blacked out drunk. I would keep playing the game somehow, blacked out drunk, and then I'd wake up in the game. I'm like, where the hell am I? I'm like, where the fuck am I? In the game. I'm lost. I got lost in the game.
So you just went through the TV screen, drunk, holding a sword.
Oh, man. Oh, who the hell knows where I ended up? I'd end up at, like, the bottom of the ocean inside of a pirate ship or some shit. This is intense. I was a lizard. I was one of the lizard people. Argonian?
Yeah.
Argonian.
Okay.
Yeah, something like that, so I could breathe underwater.
Very cool.
Yeah, there was the poison resistance. You could swim forever.
Very neat.
I didn't take advantage of that enough, but yeah.
Sounds like you did.
Yeah. Yeah, he called himself Jim Morrison.
That's right, Lizard King.
Yep.
I thought I was going to bring peace to the countryside via music. What a crock of shit that turned out to be. What a waste of time that mission is.
Nice.
You can skip the bard training, anybody contemplating that worthless site. That is a major mission too.
Yeah, I know.
It takes forever to knock that out.
I was like starting that like quest chain. It's like this seems way too involved. Like, and you have to go way too fucking out of your way to get to bard school. It's like, fuck this shit.
Yeah, really, and it's like you strum the thing. It's not like you get to pick up a loot and then use it in any way. There's no loot action happening anywhere else in the game, except like you get like one scene at the end of the bard training. It's really it's really bullshit. It's a real letdown.
So what's like the best form of training to do in Skyrim?
The best thing to do?
Or like
You
the
know what
best
I never
class
did?
or whatever to take.
I wish the best class to take? I'm not sure what you mean, but...
You did
probably
bard training. What other training is
shield,
there?
You know, the
There-
shield training was kind of cool, because then you can marry that chick. That was pretty awesome.
Nice.
But yeah, there's no like classes in Skyrim. There are different. There's like a whole bunch of different disciplines. There's like I don't know, like 25 of them or
Oh,
something.
good God.
And you can spend your points on that. Yeah, I mean a lot of them are like magic disciplines. That's what I ended up doing. I ended up being a mage. I think Matt was like a warrior / archer
it was a
guy.
waste
What was
of
your
fucking
class,
time
Burt?
on that one, too.
Or what race were you, Bert?
I was a high elf.
It's your elf mage. Nerd.
Yeah, yeah. High elves make the best mages, especially if you like do destructive magic.
Nice. Cool.
But yeah, I mean that's what I did. Like I just like in the very beginning of the game, like I just put all the important stuff, in quotation marks on hold. Like yeah, whatever. Dragons are coming to conquer the earth. I'm going to Magic College on the other side of the map.
So you were in so you went to college in real life, and then in gaming you went to college also.
Yeah.
Nice.
It was a bitch to get to. Like it was like exactly the opposites. It was like you start off like around the southwest part of the map, and Magic College is all the way in the northeast, and it's like a gigantic, map to navigate through.
Oh, good God. That's not it. Damn. It's no like horse taxi.
I even like, well, you could buy a horse, but again, like I was just starting off, so I didn't have money to buy a horse. And then I did buy a horse, and then it died by falling into this big hole in the ground.
Yeah, I killed a horse on Zelda by accident. I felt bad. I felt
Uh,
terrible.
That's the worst. When you start developing feelings for these virtual... like, what the hell? Oh my god, I felt
Oh.
bad for that character.
It was just so tragic because it wasn't intentional. I was running away from some goblins, and I hopped off the horse, and it just kept going off the cliff, and I was like, "Oh my god!" I was like, "Is it still alive? Is it one of those video game things?" It's like, "Nope."
The game's too real.
It's like, nah, it's dead.
It's like you respond to every other cliff by just like chilling out, but this one he's like, "Nope, bye, fuck it," and he's gone.
Guess just too freaked out by the goblins.
Yeah, I don't know what it was, but it was like, well, I fucked that up. Gotta go get another horse.
Yeah. Train that horse. Yeah, so in Zelda, you find a horse out in the wild. You have to like catch it by jumping on top of it and riding it.
To love it.
Yeah, then you have to like train the horse, like because it'll periodically, like when you first get it, it'll just kind of like veer off and do whatever.
And then you name it.
You have to like constantly pat it while it's doing that to train it.
Yeah.
Until it stops doing that, and that takes a little while.
You just do that. You spam that button every time every time he slows down from running. You just spam that little tap button, that little L trigger button,
The RB button.
whatever it is. And then
Button.
and then you name it, and you register it, and then he responds to your whistles and shit, and then it dies. And you're like, well, this is terrible. All this time invested.
Also, you gotta find the right horse.
Yeah.
Because all the horses have different stats, so you want to get the one with higher stats than the normal horse.
Yeah. I don't pay attention to that. I hardly use the horses in the game, to be honest. I just have 3, and I use one mainly. His name is Bluey, and that's it. I think Spot was the one that died. I don't know. I don't even remember the name of the one that died. Ugh. Yeah, video games are stupidly addictive. Like, stupidly addictive.
Yeah, some of them. So, I rebuilt my computer because it was like 10 years old, and I couldn't play games on it anymore because it would just like randomly shut off when I would play a game for 2 minutes.
That big white one you have? Big white computer?
Yeah,
Nice.
I remember that when you first got that. That was like, I was gonna ask you if it like dimmed the lights in your house every time you turned it on, but
No, but it had its own lights, which I like ripped those out. I don't need this shit out. So, I bought a whole bunch of new components for it, and it's still the same case, but like I replaced the motherboard, the CPU, the CPU cooling system, the RAM cards, the video card, put in a new hard drive,
added an arc reactor.
and a new power supply. Power supply, yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I need
It's pretty fun, and you know what? It's not that hard.
to build your own computer.
Yeah, like that. Those are just the component. I mean, that's all you need. Is like you just need a motherboard, a CPU, a hard drive, a video card, some RAM.
So like, I want to build my
Cooling
own
system.
computer like that, and there's a website I think called PC Part Picker that my friend recommended because they
I
have
use
different
Newegg.
they have different models of computers that you could build, and I want to build one, but like I'm scared shitless to put it all in there because I'm worried I'll fuck it up. So like,
Yeah, I was worried about that when that's why I bought my computer. But yeah, I did it this time, and it'd be even easier because you don't have to like take it apart. That was the hard part, was taking it apart.
mm-hmm.
Because they had first of all they had like a whole bunch of zip ties on like all the wirings to make everything fit better. But then I had to like cut all the zip ties because I had to decouple all the wires and shit because the internal fans I kept in there, and also like the wires that go to the power buttons and the reset button and the USB things up in front.
Yeah, see that would just scare the shit
But
out
you
of
know
me.
what? I'd do it. Again, like it's pretty easy, and there's YouTube videos that will just show you how to do it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
And it's really not that complicated. I'd recommend doing it. I mean, if you want to like have a good, pretty high-end computer, but don't want to pay like an insane shit ton amount for it. I mean, it's still fairly expensive, but compared to how much you would pay for like just a whole gaming computer, I mean, you knock off shit like half the price.
Yeah, I was
Like you could like, yeah, you could like get the same kind of computer for half the price if you just build it yourself.
yeah, no, I was hoping to build like a pretty decent computer because I want like a basically a computer that'll last at least 10 years, or like yours kind of. How long did yours last actually?
10 years.
Yeah, that's what I want. Like ironically, my laptop that I have now, it still runs. I mean, it's about, I bought it in 2013, so it was worth the money. And it actually still does what I need it to do. But I'm looking to get like an actual big computer to do all that crap for me because I need that too, and I want to play cool games on it. No, I want to be a
If
PC
you want
gamer.
something like really high end, it costs like
1,000?
1,500.
Yeah, okay.
Like I paid 1,000, but like I didn't buy it like a case or whatever, and there you could get like higher end stuff than I did. Like what I have is good, but I plan on like probably replacing the video card like in a few years or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, starting from scratch. I mean, if you probably 1,500, you get like a really good computer.
Yeah, I'll save up for that. I know, like I've heard that
Yeah,
some
especially if you-
game updates are like insanely large. Like what was it for Call of Duty Warzone? I heard there was like almost 100 gig, like update. And I was like 100 gigabytes of an update. Like that's stupid.
Yeah, we play Warzone and on the. Well, I would play on the computer. Me and Matt play on consoles, but yeah, those are some big updates.
Like, it's insane to me. And you got a game like Undertale, that's like what is it, 8 megabytes or something like that? It's pixeled. It's amazing. It's weird.
It's probably more than 8 megabytes, but yeah.
It's just crazy to me how like these games are.
Yeah, but I mean, storage space is pretty cheap. Like you can get like a 1 terabyte, solid state hard drive for not that much.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, like 50.
Maybe like 50, 60 bucks.
Yeah, $50.
And you guys still play Warzone?
Yeah.
The game is terrible. I hate that game.
I'll be wanting to play it tonight, but I told him we're doing a podcast, so
I hate that stupid game.
Maybe tomorrow morning.
It's so bad.
We do. The three of us are pretty good at it, especially when we do plunder.
Wait, you, Burt?
There's one night we what?
Which three of you? Is it Avi, Burt, and Matt? That's the three?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And we won in plunder like 3 times in one night.
Nice.
Yeah, I was getting.
That is a better format, right?
I really enjoyed the cacophony of everyone talking at the same time at the end of the games. That's the best part of it.
Yeah.
It is the best part of the game.
I mean, I would love to play it, but I die so much. And like the issue was, like in the battle royale part, it's like you die, you go to the pit to shoot some guy, you die again, and you just watch people play, and you're like, I could be doing anything else right now. But at least the plunder part, you come back though.
Yeah, and you get to like have your own guns.
Yeah, that's true.
Which is pretty nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that part I was considering playing. Is it part of the free format? Do you have to buy that one?
It's free, but it's like it comes and goes, and like I think that they like change up the modes every week. I mean, the modes are basically the same, but they change how the team size like every week, pretty much.
Okay. Well, if you could...
So there's like one week where we basically had to just play regular battle royale because everything else was, I think, 4 teams.
Oh, okay.
4-man teams.
Oh, like I say, if you guys ever wanted, like I might do plunder, just so I don't have to go through the whole battle royale dying thing again. I hated that so much. It's like now I'm just sitting here.
Yeah, we don't do battle royale too much. We either do plunder or there's like this other mode where it's like it's a different map. It's a smaller map, and how does it work again? Oh yeah, like so you keep respawning as long as there's at least one member of your team that's alive.
Oh, okay.
So you have to like wipe the team to get rid of them.
Gotcha.
Until like the last few minutes of the game, and then it just like it's just sudden death. But for like the first like say 10-15 minutes, you keep respawning as long as one of your teammates is alive.
Wasn't there like a zombies version of that game too? I saw that on YouTube. That shit was like funny to watch.
I think not for Warzone, but I think they're actually adding that to Warzone pretty soon.
I'm pretty sure there was a zombie thing
try out.
briefly for Warzone, because like apparently what happens is you play and then you like die, and when you die you become a zombie, and then but you have these like insane powers or whatever, like you can jump up, you have to kill someone to get like an injection shot from them, and then you grab the injection, you inject yourself, and then you parachute out again as a human, and you just keep cycling like that the whole time until you die as a zombie. If you die as a zombie, you don't come back. It's a pretty neat concept to watch. Because, like, you don't have to activate your parachute, so you'll just fall from the sky as a zombie straight to the ground, like, you get up and you just run like crazy. It's a fun thing to watch on YouTube, at least.
Yeah, that's also a fun aspect of the Warzone, is not doing your parachute right.
That's hilarious.
That took me a few games to kind of figure out.
I did that. I was like, because like, what's cool is you could like turn off your parachute and shoot while you're falling, but then you want to have it back on just in time to not die.
Yeah, me and I had to bring Matt back a few times.
Yeah, that shit's funny. I remember when I was playing with you guys, I was like the meat shield. I was like, We're gonna die. Where's Daniel? Oh, he saved us.
Yeah. Yeah, Michio / Canary in the cave.
Yeah. Hey, what's over?
It's like, yeah, someone's shooting Daniel. Where are they shooting him from? Oh, there they are.
Yeah.
It's like, help me.
Poor Daniel.
Help me.
He'll be missed.
Help me. Help me. Yeah.
I'm sorry, you're dead.
So I remember there was one time I think
Help myself to your ammo, though.
there was another Call of Duty game we were playing, and I think it was one of those like where it's like you have wave after wave after wave of enemies, and you guys were like trying to teach me how to play the game. I remember like you told me that I kept shooting them at like the people in the dick all the time. You're like, Daniel, you have to aim up, keep shooting the guys in the dick. Sorry. It's like I'm not good at aiming. It's like this is terrible. You're not killing them, Daniel. Aim up.
It's like, ah, you shot him in the dick.
Yeah. So you shot him in the
That's cool.
foot. Why?
No, if we could, I don't know if we could play with you, Daniel. If you should be a dick shooter.
I know. I know. I'm sorry.
Don't want to live in this world.
Yeah, it's pretty
We
bad.
just shoot each other in the dick.
It's better than
Exactly.
a
It's
shoot.
pretty awful.
I don't know what that was. What that game was.
Do you remember something like that?
Sounds vaguely familiar. I mean, it sounds vaguely familiar.
I feel like it was a Call of Duty game of some kind.
I mean, maybe it was like the zombies mode for Call of Duty.
The hell you talking about?
Mm. Maybe I can't remember. It was so long ago.
But
I do just
Danny
remember
was
that
playing
game.
some multiplayer game with us that had zombies in it that he kept just shooting them in the dick and they didn't go down.
Or like they
Oh,
would
that's
briefly, and they would get up. I don't
Not
remember. It was
really.
something like that.
Not really human beings anymore at that point, right?
You're still any dick shot is pretty bad, even if they're undead. Still a dick.
I mean, depends on the rules of the undead. Like if it's like warm bodies rules, then you know where
Yeah.
they can come back.
I don't know my undeadology. I don't know rules exactly. I just assume anytime you shoot someone in the dick, it's bad. It's a bad thing. Don't do it.
I mean, if nothing else, it's a waste of bullets.
That it is. Yes.
Yup. 2 in the chest, 1 in the head. That's what you want to do.
Yeah.
And 5 in the dick.
No.
Man, if you're putting,
No, there's,
if you're getting 8 shots on
what was
somebody,
that movie where I mean after they're on the ground and then shoot 8 times in the dick, but yeah, what was that Tom Cruise movie where he's that he was an assassin, Jamie Foxx is in it.
Collateral.
Yeah, that sounds right.
That's not Arnold
That sounds like
Schwarzenegger.
what you were referencing.
That was collateral
wait,
damage.
like,
Yeah, that's collateral damage.
Right.
pretty.
But I don't know.
What about it?
Well, that's where I know that saying from. Twice in the chest, once in the head.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a.
Because he did that like every single time, like without fail. It's like pop, pop, pop.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a
That
military
was Tom Cruise's
thing.
character.
Yeah, Tom Cruise character. He's this assassin, and he hires Jamie Foxx to drive him around. He's a taxi driver.
Mm-hmm.
And I think like his last hit, like it's like he's like has like a list of people, and I think this last hit is somebody that Jamie Foxx knows.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah, it's not a bad movie.
I recently watched on Netflix that movie Spencer Confidential. You know,
Never heard of it.
it's got Mark Wahlberg in it, and it's basically like every other Mark Wahlberg movie. He plays some Boston police person who it was so cheesy. It's like he was a cop that went to jail because he was like he beat up another cop who was doing corrupt shit, and he comes out of jail, and he like hears about some police corruption, and he's like a vigilante type guy that's gonna investigate it. It was one of those movies that you just kind of put on in the background, you just watch just because you don't care, and it filled that void exactly as it needed to. I just didn't care. It was entertaining, but like I would say, it's not a good movie. It is a you just don't care movie. You know.
I'll have you know that he played a bad boy in Four Brothers.
Yeah, that was a great movie.
Detroit, as an adopted Bostonian.
Now that movie's good.
Different. I
like
that
Four
movie as
Brothers.
well. That was good.
He was great in The Departed as
That
well,
was pretty good.
where he also played a Boston police officer.
Yes, he was definitely a
Well,
Boston
everyone
guy.
played a Boston police officer in that movie.
Yeah, but I'm just saying he's living up to the trope. I guess if you have a
Yeah.
trope that makes you a lot of money, or if you're pigeonholed and you're gonna make money in it, why not? But yeah, I just thought it was funny. It's like, how many times is he gonna play a Boston police officer until he was in the movie Ted, or I think he just played a Boston like loser or whatever. So
Yeah.
that man loves Boston. I wonder if he's from Boston. I don't know.
Yes. He is from Boston.
Oh, he is? Sorry, Mark Wahlberg. If you're listening to this, I sincerely apologize for making fun of your Boston heritage, I guess.
Sure he is.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Do have that habit.
I mean, what do you get the guy who has it all? You know,
He's got movie roles. He's got franchise of burger restaurants called Wahlburgers.
garbage. All of it's garbage. You need a link to Matt and Burt's Hope Something Sticks podcast. That's what you need.
Is your podcast not going to be sponsored by a Wahlburgers?
Nah.
Nah, I think Wahlburgers suck.
The fuck's a wall?
You actually went to it? Is that a real place?
Yeah, it's a real place called Wahlburgers.
Oh, God.
Wow.
I thought that was a joke.
Wow.
No.
It's awful. Sorry, I don't leave Florida much.
Cashing it out.
What, that I don't know what Wahlburgers is?
No. I'm referring to his self-respect. Give me a fucking
Okay.
break, dude. Are you like, you just don't give a shit what anybody thinks of you?
No, I doubt he does. But what I've been watching on Netflix is Star Trek Deep Space Nine.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's super political.
Okay.
Like, I didn't remember like how political it was. Like the first few seasons just center around so the space station is right next to this planet called Bajor that has Bajorans in it, who are just recently freed from the Cardassians.
Wait, what? Are they actually
Yeah,
called
like-
Kardashians?
Yeah,
Are they thick?
Cardassians.
Oh,
The
God.
Cardassians.
Are they thick?
They're they got thick necks.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
lizard people, kind of.
Oh,
Humanoid lizard people.
sounds about right.
Where's Kanye in that situation?
And they really like snuggling up to warm rocks.
There's Kanye. You found him. He's the warm rock.
Yeah.
So, yeah, a lot of political intrigue. Again, like the Starfleet commander of the space station, whoopsie daisied himself to being like the prophet of the Bajoran religion.
Okay. You whoopsie daisy yourself into. Oh my god. See,
But in, like,
that's a
true Star
BoJack-
Trek
That's a
form-
BoJack Horseman reference.
A whoopsie daisy yourself into something?
I mean, it's
Yeah, like Aaron,
Got it.
Aaron Paul's character in BoJack Horseman. See, like his entire existence is whoopsie daisying into these wacky and wonderful situations, and he's just making a joke of that trope of being the comic relief in every sitcom ever. and he's always got crazier and crazier and more outlandish schemes. I think he ends up becoming a billionaire or something, but then losing it all.
Yeah.
Because he's just so clueless. Doesn't matter.
He loses it all because his idea man is like this sex robot.
That's right, the
who
sexual
eventually-
harassment
You get-
CEO. I forgot about that.
See-
Yes.
Yeah, he got all those sexual harassment suits
Yeah.
from the robot CEO.
Right.
That's what brought him down.
Oh, shit.
All right, I gotta watch this show now.
Yeah, that show's great. It's worth another watch.
It's pretty great. It's really depressing.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it gets dark.
I've been watching Bridgerton.
Oh yeah, real dark. I saw like the first few episodes of that.
That show's great.
Sharon wanted to check it out.
I love. Me and my girlfriend love Bridgerton. That show's amazing.
I
it's not bad.
tried fast forwarding through the first episode. I saw barely any sex. I was promised some sex in that show.
Go to episode 6.
Oh, that's where it's at. Damn it!
Oh my
I'm
god.
guessing
Yeah.
it's always in the middle.
Yep. Then
Throw the good stuff in the middle.
And after that, there's a lot of coming onto blankets.
Did you get to episode 6, Burt?
I think like the honeymoon.
Yeah. Whew, boy.
Yeah, that was like the last one I saw.
Yeah, that's the one me and the lady friend are
A
on.
lot of jizzing into blankets.
Yeah.
Jizzing into blankets.
Well, more tissues. Like, yeah. It's funny. It's just a
And
great show.
a lot of pulling out.
So are you guys gonna
Yeah.
finish it, or are you gonna
Yeah.
stop?
I mean, I guess we'll eventually finish it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's where we stop for right now because we want to watch the rest of it as much as we can together. It's a great. I know it's a great show. I love it. Just it's dramatic. Got lots of intrigue, romance. It's my kind of show. Like me and my girlfriend also watch Outlander. That show's great if you're looking for a good one. Outlander's awesome.
Yeah, I haven't watched that.
I highly recommend you watch Outlander. It's damn good. Like, the first episode will literally put you to sleep because it's so fucking boring. But, like, you kind of need that episode. The second episode will almost put you to
sold me on
sleep.
this
No,
thing.
hold on. The second episode will almost put you to sleep. But from, like, the third episode
Man.
onward, you're going to be just hooked. So, like I said, that first...
Third episode, you'll be able to sustain consciousness.
Yeah, but you'll be excited about it. So, like, the like I say, the first episode, total
I'll be
sleeper.
excited to be conscious. Like, ooh, I'm awake, hooray.
But I'm telling you, non-sarcastic, this is just the truth. First episode asleep, second episode, like, almost asleep, third episode, from on there onward, you're just going to want to keep watching it and watching it and watching it. It's just that fucking good. There's a lot of sex in that show, too.
Mm,
A lot of it. It's great.
cool.
According to this, apparently the pull-out method doesn't work.
Well, I mean, it doesn't work 100%,
Yeah.
but 70% of the time, it works every time.
Watch out. Let's see. Actually, you're not that far off. One study found that 27% of those using just the withdrawal method, or coitus interruptus, became pregnant within a year.
Wait, became pregnant within a what?
Yep, see?
Within a year? Apparently, it's a weird way of phrasing that.
It's actually called a withdrawal method?
So, it's,
According to this webpage, yeah. Also,
Oh, okay. Oh, they
Also,
use that in Outlander. That was fun.
yeah, the problem is Cowper's fluid. Kuiper's fluid? Cowper.
What is that?
Fluid. That's pre-cum.
Oh, okay.
That's what gets you.
kind. Well, I heard there's not really much sperm in there unless you know,
It-
jack it beforehand.
Yeah, if you had
during the same day.
spanked it a day beforehand, it's still in there. They're still
Yeah.
waiting to ruin your life.
Interesting.
All Alright, episode 6. I'm going to have to check that out.
Yeah, let's go straight to episode 6. It's pretty good. It's basically half the episode is sex.
Finally.
Yeah, I'm almost 100% certain half the episode is sex. Another half is talking, then there's more sex, and there's crying. So, enjoy.
That's the best part.
So realistic.
All the crying after sex.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to think what, like, and yeah, we also watch a lot of, like, reality TV garbage. We're, like, upset. Like, there's a show on Netflix called Too Hot to Handle. That show is great. Like, it's such garbage. I highly recommend you watch it.
Everybody likes eating out of the garbage every now and again, you know?
Yeah, it's about these essentially very horny 20 to 30-year-olds that go on like this island vacation spot. I think it's going to be a great vacation. We're going to have lots of sex and just meet and talk to people. And there's like this little device that's on there. It's kind of like a Siri or an Alexa. And it like listens to them and kind of gets to know their behaviors. And then what it does is it says that they could win, I think, like $1 million or $100,000, some large amount of money if they don't have sex like at all for the entire time they're on this island. And every time they do have sex, they lose some of that money. So it was very funny to watch because they do all these like things to try and build up their like, you know, spirituality or whatever, like kind of immature. So like the show would have them do like these like not classes but like little not challenge, like kind of a mixture of like a challenge and like a course thing or whatever. And it would kind of build that sexual tension. And it was just great watching these people just try to like not have sex and just completely fail. So it was funny. So yeah, watch that if you're looking for something fun to watch. It's just total shit.
Yeah, the manufactured drama never really appealed to me. Are they?
It was funny.
Did you say they were? Is it like a Big Brother situation?
Kind of like that, where I don't know if it was manufactured. Because a lot of these people are actually like real people.
I think I saw one.
Nah, I mean it's always manufactured.
Right.
Yeah, but still, it's funny. What they talk about is hilarious.
I don't know. I think I'd rather MILF Island.
Well, there's one guy on there that said he went to college and was a gender studies major just so he could get laid, and always took a picture of it. He said the thing he's most proud of on his body is his dick, and he has a picture of it next to a spray can for like a reference. Like that's just funny. Like I don't care who you are. That's pretty funny. So yeah, and he's just like one of the many characters that are on it that are very funny to me.
But MILF Island is a reference to that show, like on 30 Rock.
No, I haven't seen that.
Remember that? Matt, you watch 30 Rock?
Depends on what season you're talking about. I don't think I got. I didn't get all the way finished. I didn't finish. I pulled out.
Keep it is, but like
Withdrawal method.
But
yeah. Show us.
Like one of the fake shows is. One of the fake shows, like that they had on the NBC network was MILF Island, and one episode, like they were able to take Jerry Seinfeld's likeness and just put him in all of their shows without him knowing. And it's as if Jerry Seinfeld is actually there in the shows.
That's funny.
And yeah, and so they had him as the host of MILF Island, even though he wasn't even ever on the island at all.
That's weird. Jerry Seinfeld. Welcome to MILF Island.
Yeah. Yep. It's like, I don't want to be on that show. It's like, well, what show would you like to be on? How about Lost? You guys do that?
So what's the deal with those mothers?
Don't play around with me, Jerry.
Why do I want to fuck them?
Apparently Lost was not on that. What was Lost on? Like ABC or Fox or something?
I don't know.
I actually watched that show.
You did?
I didn't.
Oh, you didn't? Okay. I heard it was like a great show until the end.
Yeah, it ended exactly... Like, they wrapped up exactly nothing.
Yeah.
And then they just... It ended up... I think it ended up being essentially a giant finger to everybody who had followed these stories. Like, you just wasted your time. We didn't feel like wrapping this up.
Yeah.
Kind of like Game of Thrones, right? That's what some people
It was a dream. How about a dream? Is everybody going to buy that? How about that?
It was kind of like it was a dream. No, because Game of Thrones had like a resolution.
It was a shitty one
this
that
was just like
everyone hated.
Yeah, the end was just like some dream sequence with like everyone who's on the show like in a church at a funeral apparently, and that was like the end of the show. It's like it didn't like explain like anything.
Yeah, I'd have been so mad if that.
Like, are they dead? Are they not dead?
Yeah, I'd have been pissed off if that was me. If I actually invested my time in that show.
Yeah.
Glad we all dodged that bullet.
Yeah, I know this might be a spoiler for, like, I don't know, 3,000 episodes later, but what'd you think of the Game of Thrones ending, in your opinion?
That's for later, Daniel.
It's gonna be a long time, Burt.
Yeah, we got like 60 more episodes we gotta do to get to that. Yeah. Fucking sucked, man.
Yeah, I know.
It's fucking terrible. Phoning it in. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Play phoning it in.
I thought it was okay.
I don't know. I didn't care so much that was where everyone was at the end. That's like besides like Bran being king, which was I thought was kind of stupid.
Yeah.
Besides that, like fine, but just kind of how they got there and how they were able to get to these places so quickly.
Yeah, my older brother hated it so much that he bought the books to read them, and his drive is so long to work that he had them on audiobook, so he read like all of them very quickly because of that. And he's like, that's better.
Then found out that the end wasn't in there anyway.
Yeah, he's like, the story is way better if you... He said he was so mad that he actually did that, and he's like, yeah, that's a much better story than whatever they ended with.
I mean, the first 3 books, the show is pretty... it's almost like pitch perfect with...
books,
which is why like the first 3 or 4 seasons were really awesome, but then they kind of ran out of books, and then they just kind of started doing their own thing.
It was inevitable,
and it just kind of got more and more off the rails. Yeah. Considering how slow George R.R. Martin is.
Well, he's a master of his craft. It takes time to write a book that's 8,000 pages long.
Yeah, I mean, the main thing for me was just how rushed, like, the last season was.
Yeah, I see.
And, like, it was, like, literally they were in a rush. Like, they were going so fast, like, you couldn't believe, like, they spanned the amount of distance.
Yeah.
That they did, like especially that episode where they go, like, past the wall to find a White Walker, and then somehow Gendry runs all the way back to the fucking wall.
Yeah.
Sends a raven to Dragonstone. Dany gets the raven, flies all the way, and finds them past the wall, right, and saves them in... I mean, it must have been like, I don't know, no more than an hour.
Yeah,
all
really.
That must have happened. Considering like all the ice zombies were like on top of them when fucking Genji left, basically.
Don't worry, guys. We'll just wait here while you wrap up all your storylines.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. Yeah, I could see that because I didn't even realize that how big a plot hole that is, or just how little they
Mm.
cared about physics. But yeah, I was like, maybe he's really close to the wall. It's like, no, he's not.
No.
And like the fact that the raven somehow didn't die or get eaten by like a hawk is pretty miraculous. But yeah,
Well, I mean, that was like basically established like the whole series. Like, yeah, if you sent it by a raven, unless someone is outside actively shooting them down, it'll get to where it's going.
yeah, I just feel bad for the
You
people
only
that name
had
their
like,
kids Daenerys. That's all. That's who I feel most bad for.
yeah, I don't know. I wasn't a huge fan of Danny.
Hmm. Well, but yeah,
I mean, she was fine and everything, but it's like,
yeah, I don't know. I just was like, kind of, I don't know. I watched. I was like, okay, it's over now. I mean, there was kind of a similar thing with the show Supernatural. I mean, I watched that from not I watched all the seasons of it, and then I finally got to the end of it, and I mean, I thought it was pretty well done. I enjoyed the ending of it, but there was definitely mixed reviews among the fans. Like some people really hated it, some people loved it. I could care. I didn't care less. I was like, okay, they ended it. It was decent enough for me. But yeah, it's hard to end these big shows that have had such a large expectation. People have such a large expectation for.
I guess, but
Could have tried
I
harder, I
mean,
guess, with
the
Game of Thrones.
quality of like the first few seasons. Well, it just seems like they were kind of done with the show, but they still had like to finish it. Like it seemed like they were done like after season 6. Was there 8 seasons?
Yeah, so they just didn't care. It's like that scene in Family
Yeah, like the
Guy
final
where
two
it's like the
seasons.
scene in Family Guy where Peter has to get a job and he goes to a recruiter and it's like the guy's last day and he's like, I don't know, chef.
Chef. Yeah.
Just like, yeah, they just didn't care.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I mean, whatever. Like I didn't like lose my shit over it.
yeah,
A lot of people did.
yeah, I don't know. I just yeah, like I said, the show's over and
Was
it's done now. But it
Or
was like the
is
talk,
it?
like everywhere you went, that's all people would talk about. It's amazing how right when the show ended, it's like people were angry, and now it's like no one talks about it anymore, except you guys. And it's like, huh?
Except you
What,
guys.
what are you trying to
Only
what are you
people
trying to
talk-
say?
Nothing. It's just that no one else is talking about it now except for you. It's the actual fact. It's like like no one else. Everyone is all people were talking about forever, and it's like now there's nothing. And then I turn on a podcast, like, oh hey, they're talking about Game of Thrones. What do you know?
Yeah.
There's another podcast that talks about it,
Oh, there is.
and this other guy. Yeah, the Vassals of Kingsgrave.
They still talk about it. Okay.
They still talk about.
All right.
Yeah, I mean the show and the book.
Okay.
And this one dude, Preston Jacobs, he goes like on these like multi-episode crackpot theories about different parts of the book.
Yeah, I'm highly impressed with your level of knowledge of the show. I think you should have, if you could get a doctorate in Game of Thrones, I'm pretty sure you would have it. I know close to nothing about
I
it.
mean, it'd be pretty.
What do we
Pretty
do we
easy,
get
and there's
do we get to share it, or are you just talking about Burt?
What?
Not just me.
Okay.
Mostly Burt,
Who's
yeah.
speaking?
Mostly Burt.
I mean, yeah, I mean, I go off like 20 minutes, like, well, it's like this in the book, but it's not like that in the show. And so let me explain
So,
in great detail what's happening in the book.
so this character had a birthmark
Slash
on
what's
his
happening,
left
like,
ass
the-
cheek, and I was like, oh my god, wow. That's a lot of detail. I didn't know any of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, that show, I thought it was pretty good. I enjoyed it. Like for most of the season, I thought it was really good. I was spoiled most of the time. The show was spoiled before I got to it, so I was very mad about that. Most of the time, like the Red Wedding was spoiled for me before I got to it.
That's too bad because we watched it like right as it came out. And I remember that episode. It was Matt, myself, Avi, Manny, Alice, and probably Manny's girlfriend. We were all watching together.
Yeah. I had a lot of things spoiled for me.
Remember that, Matt?
Yeah, it was good times.
Yeah. Han Solo dying, that was spoiled for me. Just everything was. God. Something worse. It's what? Like,
I think that happened.
You what?
I think that happened. Like Han Solo dying was probably like one of like the provisions in the contract that Harrison Ford like demanded. It's like, I'll only come back if you kill me.
Like, I'm done with this shit. Very good.
Well, he wanted to die in like in episode 5.
Yeah. Well, like what was sad was that
George Lucas is like, no.
what was sad was that like I was on Facebook and I was scrolling through just your feed or whatever, and I just see this image of a lightsaber going through Han Solo. I'm like, fuck. I wasn't even looking for it. And then if it wasn't that, like Google would do that thing, like on your phone, you open up your home page and Google has this thing where it shows like internet things. It just started showing me like spoilers, and even YouTube was doing it. And I was like, do none of you have respect for the sanctity of movies and television to let you actually see it and not spoil it? Like, do you have to talk about this shit? It was really aggravating. So that's like one of the reasons I gave up on Facebook, because everyone just loves to spoil shit for you, and it's like, just shut up.
You left respect at the door the second you entered the internet. That's it, man.
I what? I left respect.
Respect is gone the second you enter the internet.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, like I said, that's why I gave up on Facebook, and happy I did that shit. And yeah. But either way, I just hate it when people spoil things. It's like, no one cares about your dumb opinion. Or like, say you love the movie, not you love the ending, spoiler alert. So you can still read it while you're skimming through. It's very aggravating. I hate it.
Yeah, it's annoying. I feel like it's been tamped down.
I don't know.
People are just spoiling everything.
I had to unfollow like all of
Facebook,
my
but...
friends at the time when I was active on it. I was like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Like, all I had was ads, and I just, this is dumb.
Well, that reminds me, there's a new show with Nicolas Cage on Netflix, The History of Swear Words.
Oh yeah, I want to see that one. That looked fun.
Yeah, not too bad. I saw the first one where they went over fuck.
Yeah, I thought you said it was like Nick Cannon for a sec. I was like,
seconds.
why did Nick Cannon do a swear words documentary? But no, it's Nick Cage. All right. Nick Cannon's an asshole. But
Nick Cage.
yeah, I want to see the history of swear words. I like that. There was a TV show I saw called Surviving Death, I think. I think is what it was called on Netflix. That was fun to watch. It's kind of bullshitty, but it was fun. What was the other one I watched? I'm trying to remember. There's a lot of shit on Netflix. Too much.
Alright, well, coming up on about an hour now, so
That'll work for me.
it'd be a good time to wrap up unless there's anything else that you were dying to talk about.
Not really. Got any good email on your for your podcast yet?
No. Like, one of Matt's friends emailed in once, and that was it.
Come on, people, email.
Yep. At hopesomething6@gmail.com.
Mm-hmm. Tear it up.
Cool. All right. Well, yeah, that was
All
fun.
right, everybody. Well, until next time.